Shalom. Giving all praises to the Most High and His Son Yahushua. Today's class is Obey the Laws of the Land, what you call here Babylon, in whatever country that you're located in. Let me hit on top of this weed. I know weed is illegal here in Texas, ain't it? Yeah. So for them guys that's running around here hollering they're the truth, they're not obeying the law, are they? Because guess what? If you get caught with it, you're going to jail. So, and you think about how many of our brothers have lost their livelihood or lost themselves in the penitentiary due to the fact that they either want to smoke weed. Why do you think they put them on probation? So, pretty sure we can just go down there and ask them, out of 100 people that's on probation, how many of them did you violate for weed? They probably will tell you about 99. That's just simple how people are. They always looking for an excuse, a way to do the things that they want to do. Here in Babylon, there's over 50,000 laws. You got laws for everything. Laws for your children's. You got driving laws, housing laws. So you got a lot of laws here to keep. So, and a lot of times they harass us with the jaywalking. So just for walking, you got a law. So you have to understand, when you in this truth, you are to obey their laws, because the Most High put them in power. But we understand that they're going to come out of power soon as we wake up as a nation. Let's go to Romans 13:1. A lot of times, our peoples are stiff-necked, man.
The book of Romans, chapter 13 and verse 1. Let every soul be subject unto the higher powers.
See, the higher powers, P-O-W-E-R-S. Read.
For there is no power but of God.
Because God got to be the one that our God, the Most High, put him in power. Read.
The powers that be are ordained of God.
They are put in position by God. So, a lot of this we're going to learn that a lot of us, the Most High using them as his weapon down here to punish us. So, we got what? A sovereign nation. So I see a lot of people, even Israelites, getting into that. They don't need a social security card, birth certificate, driver license. Let me tell you something. I'm going to show you today what happens. Let's deal with marriage right quick. Get that out. See, what is marriage? Do anybody in here know? Is marriage a law? Raise your hand. Quiet, raise your hand. I ain't say speak. Is marriage a law? I see one hand. It's not a law. It's a contract. Just like if you're working for somebody, you are contracted through them. If you're playing professional football, you sign a contract. It's a union. It's an agreement between two parties. And you are obligated by that contract. It's not a law. Let me ask you another question. How many people went to jail for living together? And they came in there, are y'all married? No, we got to take y'all to jail then. See, it's not a law. So you can't be arrested for something that you're not illegally doing. But marriage, it's a legal contract or union. Because some people get it to, well, it's a law, it's a law. No, it's not. It's a marriage contract as a requirement by law for two parties that want to get married. But we're going to find out what it's all about, though. Read that out.
Marriage is a legal contract or union. Definition. The legal union of a couple as spouses.
As what?
Spouses.
Read on.
The basic elements of a marriage are, number one, the parties' legal ability to marry each other. Number 2, mutual consent of the parties. And number 3, a marriage contract as required by law.
So in Esau kingdom, if you want to put it on paper, then it become a law. Guess what you have to go through then? A divorce. So who's over your marriage? The county. Keep reading.
Groups and individuals believe that the requirement to obtain a marriage license is unnecessary or immoral.
Unethical, wicked. It's corrupt, man. It's all about a dollar. Read on.
The Libertarian Party, for instance, believes that marriage should be a matter of personal liberty.
It's just like your child. Do you got to go? We'll keep reading. I ain't gonna get step ahead.
Not requiring permission from the state.
Hold up. You got to require permission, authorization, authority. That means the state is governing. When you go through there and they say, I pronounce you man and wife, who's giving the authority? The state. It's totally up to you. I don't deal with the state. Read on.
Individuals who align with this libertarian stance argue that marriage is a right.
It is a right. Hold up. Do we got to go to them and ask them, Cook, hey, can I date this woman? So, through the scriptures, it says sex is marriage. See, a lot of people running around out there got 10, 12 husbands. A lot of brothers got about 100 wives. Let me jack it up for the sister. About 150 husbands. See, God frowns on that. Read on.
And that by allowing the state to exercise control.
Hold up. Exercising the state to what?
And that by allowing the state to exercise control over marriage.
You got the state. When we did our marriage back in the day, we didn't have to go to the state. A man and a wife, if the father seemed fit that that man was worthy enough to marry his daughter, they went into the chambers. And if the sheets didn't come back bloody, guess what happened to that sister? She got put to death. So, it ain't never been about no piece of paper, man. This place shut down. What's your paper? What are you going to do? Hey, we got a marriage license. Read on.
It falsely presupposes that
requires, read,
we merely have the privilege,
birthright, read on,
not the right to marry, as an example of a right as opposed to a privilege.
Birthright, read.
Those that are born in the U.S. receive a birth certificate.
Read on.
Certifying that they have been born, not a birth license.
So it's a right, man, from the Most High and His Son. Some things that Esau governed over us, we take it, a lot of people take it serious because a lot of times, a lot of people come in the truth and they run get married. Go get their paperwork. Guess what they going through now? Guess who you got to go ask for permission for a divorce? See, in the truth, if you come to me, you ain't going to be divorced. Because once you lay in that bed for that 6 minutes of fame, you know, you burning in your lust. I always tell you what the scriptures say. Prove. See, read on.
Which would give them license so they could be born.
So, which will give them license so that they could be born. Esau, yeah, he's trying to do this. That's what he got his, what you call them, center? Paternal, what's them centers they be having, the little egg cells? And nobody knows. Yeah, y'all know what I'm talking about out there. I don't get into all that stuff, man. I'm more about the Bible and this Most High. Read on.
Some Christian groups also argue that a marriage is a contract between a man and a woman, presided over by God.
It is ordained by the power. Read on.
So no authorization from the state,
no permission from the state. Read.
is required.
It's what?
Is required.
Because let me tell you something. Why do they have common law marriage? Nobody can answer that one. So I'm just letting you know, when people come in and holler, it's a law. It's not a law. It's a contract or a union that the state governs. If me and you got into a contract, and I contract you to do some work, and you didn't do the work, guess where I take you to? Court. Read on.
Some U.S. states have started citing the state specifically as a party in the marriage contract.
They are an association, even in the marriage. They are a part of your marriage. Read on.
Which is seen by some as an infringement.
Violation, a breach. You should never have the state in your business. But hey, we understand that, hey, some of you might need the benefits. That's okay if that's what it's for. That's why I tell you, I don't tell you not to. I tell you, use it to your benefits. It is not a law. It's not something that they're going to pull you over and you're going to go to jail for. Give me Sirach 10 and 19. So you don't have to be worried about it. They pull you over, say, where your marriage license at? Oh, man, I left them at home. Well, we got to take both of y'all to jail. You stupid, man. Read that.
The book of Sirach, chapter 10 and verse 19. They that fear the Lord are a sure seed.
See, when you fear the Lord, see, one thing that we don't worry about here, we're not breaking no laws. See, that's one thing about being an Israelite. We're not out there selling dope. We're not out there prostituting our sisters. We're not out there, some of us are driving illegal. You know, your time is coming, though, I warn you. We're not out there doing boneheaded things, man. Read on.
And they that love him, an honorable plant.
They that love him are an honorable plant. Read on.
They that regard not the law are a dishonorable seed.
See, when you disapprove of this law, you're a dishonorable seed, man. And that's what you see in the 2/3 of our nation. Read on.
They that transgress the commandments are a deceivable seed.
They are a deceivable seed. You'll find them all the time. Now, let's deal with the sovereign nation, the sovereign citizen. So if they of the Most High, they keeping the commandments. See, let's play that first video. I seen this, man. Go up a little bit out. There it is. It's gonna come out. Let's see. Turn it up a little bit, man.
I do not consent to anything you're saying. I don't even know who you are. You don't have 3 points identification. You don't even have your name tag on. You don't have 3 points identification. You can be trying to kidnap us right now. Because you're harassing us right now. Three beings, which
that's what that chronic do to you, but play on.
you're harassing us right now. You're not upholding your job. You're not
Hold on, pause it. He said he was a sovereign. They basically a sovereign citizen. Now he asking him for 3 IDs. Where his ID is? This is crazy, but I looked into this. Play on.
Right now. You don't have no corporate select thing, sir. You can tell your officer that.
Pause it. Now let me tell you who the real sovereign citizens are. Your police officers, your judges, your politicians, your congressmen, your mayors. These are all people that don't have to keep the law. Play on.
Right, but he's not going to understand everything.
Pause it. I know this nigga ain't finna pray. Listen to him. Play on.
Father, we pray for you right now.
And close sunroom makes. Hey, the prayer not gonna get through.
Right get away from my car right now, Father. Right now, Father, get them out of our car and love on her. In the name we bind these demons that are coming out of our car right now, we ask them to please, right now, this very moment. Protect your children right now. We're not doing anything wrong, Father. We're following your law and not this
Pause
law.
it. Did he say he following the law? Man, somebody would believe this man would play on.
Follow the Creator's law, not man's law.
He say he followed the Creator.
He is transgressing your law right now this very moment. Right now. Please get away from my car at this very moment, Father. Please get away
Is
from
he
my
naked?
car. Please get away from my car. Please get away from my car.
See, this is what happens when you holler at that. Look. Pause it, man. Drugs will make you go crazy, man. Play on. So pause it. So y'all seeing how they is out there. We're gonna show you what they do to them in the courtroom. Continue playing. Most High say keep to the house right here.
We do not consent. We do not consent. We do not consent. We do not consent to anything. 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 Get out.
Hey, we look at this other one right here.
Geronimo Bay is here on behalf of the Mercy Matter. And we gave a special
Like a little monkey hat off his head in a minute.
judge the bandit ship. No warrant.
That we are here on special appropriate on the Murphy matter.
And he has proof.
He is a bandit. Do not.
He has proof that he is not Andre Murphy. He's not Andre Murphy. Yeah, I need badge
Go ahead.
numbers and everything. I got him. Hey, Drake, Geronimo, don't resist. Geronimo, don't resist. He's not resisting. It's not your property to touch, and I can definitely videotape. Choke move. Get choking him. Choking him. Which officer? What policy enforcer? Don't touch me. Y'all have your badge. I will have your badge. I am able to report it.
Man, they playing with people that don't have no law.
I am a private American national.
That's it, man. Go back to Romans 13 and what, man. Woo! Some of y'all, I hate to be calling me, yeah, well, what up? Yeah, they knocked all my windows out. Okay. Read that right quick.
The book of Romans, chapter 13 and verse 1. Let every soul be subject unto the higher power.
Read on.
For there is no power but of God. The powers that be are ordained of God.
So let's go to 1 Peter 2 and 13. Let's get Peter's take on this. We're just hearing Paul take. Read.
The book of 1 Peter, chapter 2 and verse 13. Submit yourselves to every ordinance of man for the Lord's sake.
See, what do we have to do? We have to keep the laws here, man. We can't be out here how we gonna raise our nation up and we out here talking about we a sovereign citizen or something else? We have to keep the laws here, man. Read on.
Whether it be to the king as supreme,
Read on.
or unto governors, as unto them that are sent by him, for the punishment of evildoers.
Hold up. What happened to the couple and that man in the court?
For the punishment of evildoers.
See, because they evildoers. A lot of them into all kind of stuff, man. They're not keeping none of God's commandments. Read on.
And for the praise of them that do well.
Read on.
For so is the will of God, that with well-doing ye may put to silence the ignorance of foolish men.
That's what you're seeing right there. Foolish men. How you gonna be telling them you're solving since I told you who it is, the police? Do they keep any laws? No. Do they break all laws? Yes. So we can't operate in that spirit. If we don't pay property taxes on our land, what happened? They come and take it. If you don't pay property taxes on your house, they come and take it. You talking about I'm a solving citizen, you got a car, they gonna come and take it. So it's a thinking man game out here. Jump up to 1 Peter 2 and 12.
The book of 1 Peter chapter 2 and verse 12. Having your conversation honest among the Gentiles.
Knowing how to speak, man, read.
That whereas they speak against you as evildoers.
So they're gonna speak against us as evildoers, but we keep their laws too. So we're gonna apply. So if we can keep over 50,000 plus laws, that's 613. Read on.
They made by your good works, which they shall behold, glorify God in the day of visitation.
So we're gonna glorify God, man. We're gonna glorify God even here in our captivity. What have we did? A lot of y'all been walking in this building for a whole year. Have we had any issue with the police? Well, I have downtown, but y'all, you know what I'm saying? Other than that, you know. So we haven't. We got to continue doing as thus says the Most High. Give me Daniel's 4 and 17. We're going to keep doing as the Lord say do. Not getting caught up, man. That's why it's very prudent that everything is examined. Read that up.
The book of Daniel, chapter 4 and verse 17. This matter is by the decree of the watcher.
This is an order, read.
And the demand by the word of the Holy One.
And the word, read on.
To the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men.
So y'all understand the Most High is taking care of business around here. Some of y'all look sad because little Timmy got shot. Little Timmy probably deserved to get shot, man. Little Timmy robbing old ladies. Matter of fact, I knew some old folks home over there off of Dolphin. People couldn't even walk to the store. All people down there robbing them. Crazy. That's why the Most High is in the orchestrator. He's taking care of business here. Read.
And giveth it to whomsoever he will.
Read on.
And set it up over it the basis of men.
So we understand they don't have no thought process, man. They would murder you. And let me tell you something about all that stuff on television, man. Get out of your television. Some of y'all need to just take the television outside and set it on the curb. Then y'all see Poltergeist? Some of y'all in there act just like the demon in the TV. Still watching that TV. I'm just trying to get you, because, you know, you hear about all that stuff. Trayvon Martin, mama. See, I'm going to tell you something. It hurts y'all, don't it? I like to tell y'all the truth because it shocked y'all. Trayvon, so-called mama, was a big man. Hey, like, man, that's hard. So some of y'all don't know where I'm at. I asked my wife, I said, babe, I had a plate at the end of the bed. I said, did you come in here and get that plate out of here? She said, yeah. I said, was I asleep or woke? She said, I don't know. I say, a couple minutes later, I'm looking for the plate. I don't know where I was, but I was in that bed. I've been in a lot of thought, man. I do a lot of research. Yeah, I'm going to tell you the truth. Same thing for Mike Brown. When you go and you understand, a lot of people are selling their soul, man, for some fool's gold around here. Y'all, why is it that certain people's sons get killed? They get to go on television, meet the president, hang out with celebrities, when a lot of our peoples are getting slaughtered by the law. Why their parents ain't getting the same treatment? Right. Some people don't think, man, because, you know, they want to come at the messenger. I'm here just to tell you the truth. Back to Romans 13:2. Truth hurts because you've been unified in lies, man. Yeah, that's a lot of information going to be coming out about this wicked kingdom. Read up.
The book of Romans, chapter 13 and verse 2. Whosoever therefore resisted...
Hold up. Whosoever, so what?
Resisted the power...
See, that's why you got a lot of our people, they get caught up. Let me ask you this. What positive movie have you seen about the Israelite nation? Name me one. Name me one television show, one book that's been written. Name me anything positive about us. You can't name nothing. See, that's the problem. Everything about us is in a negative view. So, understand this. Boys in the hood. Let me tell you something. It wasn't even no Bloods out. Bloods and Crips here in Texas until Colors came out. Then every fake thug wanted to wake up, put a rag on, and get murdered. Somewhere down in the penitentiary watching somebody draws, man. These little young children can't go down there and they don't have no mind to even defend their own self. But it's a setup. Guess who else is using? The rappers, the entertainers, your Patti LaBelle, one evil man. See, I know it's hard for our people, but it's gonna start coming out, man. It's a lot of people's on what I'm saying to y'all. It's just that y'all are lacking the information. All of the Hollywood industry, nothing but a bunch of pedophile Jews, man, that's running that organization. And they homosexual out all the brothers and sisters that goes in there, man. So I'm here to tell you the truth. You better get somewhere and sit down. Read on.
Resisteth the ordinance of God.
They resist the ordinance of God. Read.
And they that resist shall receive to themselves damnation.
Destruction. So when you understand, and even though we here in captivity, we can't be just riding around in the whip with no license. He pull us over. You asking him for his credibility, his identity. He asking you for your insurance. You in there acting stupid. You know that it is a law that you got to have insurance in your car. You know it's a law that you got to have driver license. See, you know it's a law that your car has to be registered. See, you know these laws. So we are showing the Most High, if we're able to keep these laws, we're able to keep 613, we ain't going to have all this confusion. Read on. Hold up. Give me Isaiah 58:2. Understand, man, we're here in captivity, but we still going to let our light shine even though we've been oppressed here. Let's see what we should be doing, though.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 58 and verse 2. Yet they seek me daily.
See, the ones that's walking in this light, that's in this truth, they seeking the power daily, man. So some people, they take a day off. Oh, man, I'm going to go hang out with the nothing Negroes. I'm going to go hang out with mama. She at home cooking pork chops. See, I'm going to go by Christmas. The family in town. Read on.
And delight to know my way.
And they going to practice these customs. They want to know they high holy days. They want to know everything about them. They're not still chasing a tail here in Babylon. Read on.
As a nation that did righteousness.
We're doing righteousness right here in wickedness. It's flex our spirit every day. Read.
And forsook not the ordinance of their God.
Read that part again.
And forsook not the ordinance of their God.
We forsake not these ordinances. He say, abide by the law. What? Why would we wouldn't have nobody in here if we had people that thinking like that, man. Everybody be locked up. Read on.
They ask of me the ordinances of justice. They take delight in approaching to God.
They take delight, man, in praising our God. I've been in this truth a minute. Before, I had an occasion going to jail, for some tickets or some stupid stuff. But see, as I get more, like when I was thinking about the music industry, it's just a pyramid scheme. They only gonna choose the ones they know that they can turn out. So you got a lot of people that want to be rappers. You see what's going on with these rappers. There are no positive influence on our neighborhood. All they talking about is bling bling, getting shot, killing, robbing, coming up, and it's name me one neighborhood in the United States that got rich off of rapping that didn't have a contract with the enemy. they will suppress you. They only choose who they know will sell out or bend over on that couch. So if you want to be in, you may get in. I'm going to tell you like this, I ain't bending. You ain't taking my manhood. That's why you see, why you think these guys tatted all up, man? Romans 13:3. Now y'all understand why I call them fake thugs. You got the spirit of a homosexual on you. You want to be like a killer. But they don't think about that 25 to life before they pull their trigger.
Mm-hmm.
See? Read up.
The book of Romans, chapter 13, verse 3. For rulers are not a terror to good works.
The ones that are keeping these laws, man. See, they're not a terror to us. You can't touch us. Read on.
But to the evil.
Hold on, but to who?
But to the evil.
Mama.
But to the evil.
Daddy.
But to the evil.
Some of the children's.
But to the evil.
Read on.
Wilt thou then not be afraid of the power?
See, they don't understand it's the Most High using the white man as the puppet to take. Why you think you got the terrorists riding through your neighborhood? The Patty Patrol. These are the same people that when a slave escaped, they brung them by any means necessary. See, same people in our neighborhood shooting us down, putting dope in our cars. Where are the NFL players stand up? Nobody. You can drop down on a knee all you want to. That ain't finna stop it. Did that stop the killing? Did that stop the arresting? Did that stop the penitentiary system from thriving like it is? And the same thing for them basketball players, man. Let me tell you something. I know a lot of these guys, they don't like to speak up because they fans. They in love with a homo. I'm just telling you what it is, man. I can show you what it is. That's what's going on, man. And anybody who watched the Super Bowl? Raise your hand. They don't want, they got alligator here. Now, I know y'all seen Tom Brady's wife. Did you know it was a big man? See, the thing is, nobody wants the truth in the world, man. They want to continue unified in lies. That's what bothers me, man. That's what's going to destroy the lie. Like Christianity. Christianity is the Antichrist. Read on now.
Do that which is good.
Hold on, he say what?
Do that which is good.
Read.
And thou shalt have praise of the same.
See, as long as you operating in these laws, statutes, and commandments, the Most High got you back. But if you're not, guess what? He's going to send Esau on your back. Give me Ecclesiastes 10 and 5, 10 and 2 in the Old Testament. The thing is, I tell y'all the truth. I have no reason to lie to you. Understand what I tell you. I probably do more research than anybody that you 10 people together. Read
the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 10 and verse 2. A wise man's heart is at his right hand.
Is where?
Is at his right hand.
A wise man's heart is at his right hand. Read on.
But a fool's heart at his left.
So you got a fool. Somebody that thinks like a fool. Who he thinking like? His enemy. Give me that in Matthew 28:33. Let me show you why he's saying that. Book of Matthew 28:33. Huh? Oh, my bad, man. 25. Yeah, 25:33. My bad, man.
The book of St. Matthew, chapter 25 and verse 33. And he shall set the sheep on his right.
On his what?
On his right hand.
These are the righteous ones. These are the ones that stay in the spirit. These are the ones that keep the commandments. Read on.
Put the goats on the left.
See, some of our people got the spirit of Esau on them, so they think like that. They think opposite of what's righteous. And a lot of them are a hater of God, man. When y'all think about the number of people, man, that sit back and collect their checks and not speak one word about their neighborhood, one word about the penitentiary, one word about the oppression of the so-called black man here in America and women, not one word is spoken by these guys that sign those contracts. You know why? Because they know certain clauses in their contract can cost them billions or millions of dollars. So you will keep quiet. Back to Ecclesiastes.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 10 and verse 3. Yea, also, when he that is a fool walketh by the way, his wisdom faileth him.
His wisdom faileth him. He don't make a mistake. He don't know how to think right. When there's pressure on him, he don't know how to even operate in that situation. Sometimes when people's understanding of a fool, I'm gonna just give you an annihilation. It's Christmas time. He gonna run to the store and do a stick up to try to make sure the children got Christmas presents. See, that's how they think. Oh, he gonna rob his own people. Read on.
And he said to everyone that he is a fool.
By his actions, he'll show you what he is. Read on.
If the spirit of the ruler rise up against thee, leave not thy place.
Leave what?
Leave not thy place.
Leave not thy place, man. Leave not that place. Don't leave the truth. Whatever you're going through. Read.
For yielding pacifieth great offenses.
Give me Proverbs 15 and 4. Oh, in precept, we're going to come back. Proverbs right in front of it. Read,
the book of Proverbs, chapter 15 and verse 4. A wholesome tongue.
A what?
A wholesome tongue.
Someone that speak good, the truth. Read.
Is a tree of life.
It's the right way. Read.
But perverseness.
The ones that turn away from the right and good. Read.
Therein is a breach.
It's a transgression. Read.
In the spirit.
That's what happens. A lot of people are going through this daily, man. They want to be operating in this truth. You know, you come from out that world, you're usually making $100,000 a year. Now you go at the job, they see you an Israelite, and they walk you out the door. Now you making 20-some thousand, and it flex your spirit. Guess what? You're gonna go right back to where you were, serving the Almighty God, the dollar, when it ain't nothing but paper. Back to Ecclesiastes 10 and 5.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 10 and verse 5. There is an evil which I have seen under the sun.
It's talking about the so-called white man. I know a lot of people hate that. You know, not my lover. Yeah, your lover, man. The Most High says the evil under the sun, man. Read.
As an error which proceeded from the ruler.
Read on.
Folly is set in great dignity.
Foolishness, man. That's what you're seeing out here today. People's are robbing, killing, and stealing each other for nothing, man. They fighting over $2 now. $1, 50 cents will get you killed. Read on.
And the rich sit in low place.
Saying the rich, you are the rich, Israel. I keep trying to tell you, you got a lottery ticket. It just ain't time to cash it in. Some people want to cash it in now. You got to be patient. We have to be patient and endure what we're going through, because guess what? This makes your spirit stronger. Because if you're not getting stronger in the spirit, that means your flesh still weak. Read.
I have seen servants upon horses.
Hold up. He say he have seen servants. Esau is a servant. Read on.
And princes walking as servants upon the earth.
So you are the princes walking as servants on the earth. We're the servants on the earth right now. We have to endure till the power get here. That's why I heard somebody, when y'all gonna raise up? Hey man, Esau got drones. He got a little flyer coming here and probably blow this whole building up. But he ain't gonna bother us. Give me that in 2 Kings 6:13. Read that out. The book of 2 Kings 6. Let me show you why, man. 6 and 13.
The book of 2 Kings, chapter 6 and verse 13. And he said, go and spy where he is,
Read on.
that I may send and fetch him. And it was told him, saying, behold, he is in Dothan. Therefore sent he thither horses and chariots and a great host. And they came by night and compassed the city about. And when the servant of the man of God was,
And the servant of the man of God, read,
was risen early
woke up early.
and gone forth, behold, and hosts compassed the city, both with horses and chariots.
You got your enemy, got all these weapons, man. What do we want to raise up, man? We know that's why I see Israelites taking pictures with guns. Why is you giving your enemy your information? Read on.
And his servant said unto him, alas, my master, how shall we do? And he answered, fear not,
He said, what?
fear not.
See, when you understand, when you're in the spirit, never fear, man. See, some of y'all still got that fear in you. Don't fear. Read.
For they that be with us are more than they that be with them.
See, you got to understand, we rolling with the power, man. Read.
And Elisha prayed and said, Lord, I pray thee, open his eyes,
Open his eyes so he can see. Read.
that he may see. And the Lord opened the eyes of the young man,
Read on.
and he saw. And behold, the mountains was full of horses,
It was full of what?
full of horses
Read on.
and chariots
Read on.
of fire round about Elisha.
So we understand, man, we the prophets. What are you scared for? I walk with no fear around here, man. You shouldn't fear nothing. But, you know, some people, they crawl back to that same spirit, back to Romans 13 and 4. See, y'all, the sisters, they don't understand. They're a little too strong for me right there. They're a little too strong, man. He's got angels and chariots and horses. I'm not worried about nothing. I go home and go to sleep. Let them worry about when them nukes getting here. Read on,
The book of Romans, chapter 13 and verse 4. For he is the minister of God to thee for good. But if thou do that which is evil,
Start over and read it again.
verse 4. For he is the minister of God to thee for good.
So he is the minister, Yahweh, to thee that do good for good. Read.
But if thou do that which is evil,
So when we want to be evil, we want to be murmurers, complainers. We want to sit back and talk on that day we having a little stress. We want to be move outside our marriage. We want to just not keep the 7 day. Whatever you may think, man, comes with a price. Read.
be afraid.
What?
Be afraid.
He say what?
Be afraid.
Read on.
For he beareth not the sword in vain.
He bears not the sword in vain, man. He bears not the sword in vain. So y'all have to understand, man. I know y'all been seeing there's been a lot of funerals around here. It's a lot of funerals going on. As you speaking, it's being purged as we speak today. Somebody gonna know somebody that don't lost their life. You know, it's just what the truth is. Read on.
For he is the minister of God, a revenger to execute wrath upon him that doeth evil.
See, give me Psalm 17:13. Let me show you. See, his sword is here too. Psalm 17:13.
The book of Psalms, chapter 17, verse 13. Arise, O Lord, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked.
Hold up, deliver my soul from the who?
From the wicked.
From who?
From the wicked.
From the Wicked, man. Y'all don't understand that. Y'all should be praying this. Read.
Which is thy sword?
Which is what?
Which is thy sword?
He is the most high sword. Now jump over to Psalms 10 and 1.
The book of Psalms, chapter 10 and verse 1. Why standest thou afar off?
Why standeth thou afar off? Read.
O Lord, why hidest thou thyself in times of trouble?
Man, it's trouble times, man. Y'all better wake up, Israel. Read.
The wicked in his pride doth persecute the poor.
He oppresses the poor daily, man. Only 3% of them. Let me tell you something about you 3%. I know y'all watching, man. One of you devils watching. Let me tell you something. We're going to work y'all the hardest. The ones that haven't worked in generations. You 13 bloodline family, y'all going to catch captivity the hardest. Read on.
Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined.
See, any inventions, read on.
For the wicked boasted of his heart's desire,
They boast of their mind's desire, man. Read.
and blessed the covetous, whom the Lord hath abhorred.
And the Lord abhorred and hated. Read.
The wicked, through the pride of his countenance, will not seek after God.
Hey, you got to understand, some of y'all will trust them because they very soft voice. And they'll tell you what you want to hear. You can't tell me nothing. Me and you can't agree on nothing. You going into captivity, that's all, that's it. You go your way, I go my way till that day. Read.
God is not in all his thoughts.
It's not in his thoughts, man. This America is set up on pedophilia, man. America is a homosexual country. Nobody want to hear that because they believe in Trump. Give me this next video, man. Police lawlessness. Let me show you who his weapon is. Like animals, like I told you they were. Pause it. Go back just a little bit. Let me play it again. I'm going to catch it right there. Pause it. Now, you think they don't have that in their basements? Y'all probably don't know what I'm talking about, do you? Something funny. Something don't look right on the wall right there? You think they don't have that? And that's what they do. A lot of y'all think I'm going to tell you something. I remember going to one of them Edomite homes to install a entertainment system. And they had their little Confederate flag. And this was someone, lady that worked for the city. Had it in a glass case. I always ask y'all, where the sheets go? Anybody know? Did they burn them? Oh, they just traded them in for them blue uniform. Play the video out. Turn it down a little bit. Pause and go back, man. That ain't gonna never work what they doing, man. And a lot of this stuff is staged. You have to understand Esau is behind it. Ain't nobody gonna want to be marching, talking about no justice, no peace, man. Look who there. King Coon right up front. Al Sharpton, he's a little homosexual, man. Everybody don't want to hear this about their heroes, man. No, don't tell me that about your heroes. You know it's going to come a day when the Most High give me the power. I'm going to kill a lot of y'all heroes. Play that video, man. Pause it. See, this is what these devils, see, they enjoy it. And that flag got more blood on it than the Confederate flag. Play on. Pardon. See, white folks out enjoying themselves. See, they going out to buy some football. A bunch of gay guys tackling each other in some of the tights, man. You know. And it was set up by gay men. You know. Who sticks they? When I think about it, they used to try to make me play quarterback. I could never stick my hand up under that man's ring. That was something that I couldn't do. So I had to quit. Play home. Positive. I wonder why they haven't had a big concert for all the killing of the black people, like the entertainers. I wonder why the football players had came together, pooled their money, and tried to have lawyers set up for them to back the black basketball players. Let me tell you something. About them school teachers. They some of the most wickedest people on the planet, man. So why is nobody standing up for the people but the Israelites? See, that's what somebody, let me tell you something. I'm willing to sacrifice it here for the nation. Play on. Ain't you tired of going to funerals? See, they get rewarded for killing. See, they get medals. See, and other people are. That's it. See, nobody want to stand up. Give me 1 Peter 5:8. This is why the Most High say us to operate in good faith here. Keep these commandments. Keep their little laws, man. If it takes for you to have a driver license, go get you one, man. You know, and I tell you, when I was out there in the game, when I used to be a lieutenant, I wasn't riding around with a warrant. You can bet that. So if he pulled me over, what do you want? Give me a ticket and let me on by my business. I sent a lawyer to take care of it. See, you got to know how to play the game if you're in the game. Some of them don't know. These youngsters don't know how to play the game. Nobody's schooling them. But we want them to get this truth. Read up.
The book of 1 Peter, chapter 5 and verse 8. Be sober.
Hold up. How are you going to be sober, man? Let me ask you about this guy going to get his little weed sack. Is that being sober? What if he get caught at the trap house? What if he get caught? I smell weed in your car. He won't let his window down. He going to get his windows busted out too, man. And say be sober, man. You got to be a thinking man in this game. You can't be drunk or high. You're not thinking. Ain't no Israelite should know where no weed at. If you still know where the trap house, something wrong with you. Read.
Be vigilant.
Be alert, man. Be alert to the things that are going on in your community, your nation. Be alert to what they're doing. In about a week or so, y'all gonna see some bellies start to tighten up around here. The food stamps they don't ran dry until March. Understand these things, man. These are psyops on our nation to see how they react. That's probably what the government shutdown was all about. He didn't get no wall built down there. What you gonna build a wall? They can dig right under and come right up under it. Read on.
Because your adversary, the devil,
the so-called white man, read.
As a roaring lion,
read on.
Walketh about, seeking whom he may devour.
He want to destroy us, man. That's why these young ox in them schools, these young brothers and sisters need this truth, man. That's why when you're out there on the streets, you're supposed to be out there in the spirit. That's why you out there trying to raise your nation up to where it won't happen to them. Be accountable for what you're doing in this walk. That's why you got these lazy Israelites. They on the 7th day, they playing PlayStation 4. That's what they doing with their time. Smoking weed. That's why the Most High gonna kill them. 1 Peter 1 and 13.
The book of 1 Peter, chapter 1 and verse 13. Wherefore, gird up the loins of your mind.
Man, get some understanding. Understand what's going on. The entrapment. The school system, the pipeline to the penitentiary. What you think that school system is for? It's to keep a record on you. They keeping grades on, he's a CD student, he penitentiary type, pipeline him. He's BC. Yeah, he may be a good warehouse worker. He's AB. Oh, yeah, they may be a good supervisor. He's an A student. Yeah, they may create some nuke bombs for me, some different weapons for me. They grade us, man. We're on a grading level here. Read on.
Be sober.
It's telling you throughout the Bible, you got to be sober, man. How can you be sober when you high as a kite? When you spending your money on drugs? When you ain't put nothing in reserve for your family? That's a nigga. Read on.
And hope to the end for the grace that is to be brought unto you at the revelation of Yahweh.
The revealing of his coming. Man. And the hope to the end. Keeping these commandments. Being a man of God. 1 Peter 4:7. I want that sober to stick in your brains today. Read.
The book of 1 Peter chapter 4 and verse 7. But the end of all things is at hand.
See, the end of all things are at hand, man. We're in the last days. It could be any day. Nobody knows the time. All we doing is enduring like good soldiers, man. And being prepped and ready for the war to come. Read.
Be ye therefore sober.
It's telling you, you can't keep a lot of brothers smoking weed, being a drunkard, popping pills, anything that makes them feel they feel good. You got to be sober, man. Read on.
And watch unto prayer.
And watch unto prayer, man. Watch and pray. A lot of y'all, man, I'm going to tell you something. There's so much stuff going on out here right now, man. The Most High is revealing so many things. A lot of y'all going to know truth that you never known before. It's going to hurt a lot of y'all, too. A lot of things that you trusted in. 1 Thessalonians 5 and 6. I just want you to understand, we're in spiritual warfare. Read out.
The book of 1 Thessalonians, chapter 5 and verse 6. Therefore, let us not sleep.
Let us not sleep, man. A lot of our people are walking around with their eyes open, and you can't. You try to give them some information, and they bite your head off for the truth. Read.
As do others.
It say, like as do others. Our people love to slumber. Read.
But let us watch and be sober.
I wanted to stick that in your ribs today. Read.
For they that sleep in the night.
Most of them in sin, man. And a lot of them, they sleep all day. You got people in your family, you know. You got children that want to stay at your house. They want to sleep all day and be out all day. Nigga would get the door locked on him, boy. You ain't coming in there when you want to come. You better sleep out in your car. Because I show them the right way. Read.
And they that be drunken are drunken in the night.
And a lot of times the partying thing that's going on with our nation is looking for fun, man. Anything to soothsay their spirit, to give them some good feelings about something that is nothing. How long do you party? I know I used to go out there and party. I wish I could go back and get every dime. Read on.
But let us, who are of the day.
See, we are of the day. We are the ones in the light. Read.
Be sober.
Be what?
Be sober.
Read on.
Putting on the breastplate of faith and love.
That breastplate is this Bible. Read.
And for an helmet, the hope of salvation.
For what?
The hope of salvation.
Read on.
For God hath not appointed us to wrath.
To death, man. Read.
But to obtain salvation by our Lord Yahushua.
Read on.
Who died for us.
Who what?
Who died for us.
He didn't die for the world. He only died for the Israelites. Read.
That whether we wake or sleep,
Read on.
we should live together with him.
That's why we congregate. That's why you see so many people out here speaking against this movement, man. They're not in the spirit. I pray that they get in the spirit. Read.
Wherefore, comfort yourselves together.
Hold up. He say, what?
Comfort yourselves together.
That's why you got individual lights out here, man. They're not in the spirit. Read.
And edify one another.
When your brother or sister going off, you deal with it. Bring them, keep them in the truth. Read.
Even as also ye do.
Even as also ye do. 1 John 3 and 8. I just want people to understand that sober part, man. Because we got a lot of people in Israel still tapping into the drug world. Read up.
The book of 1 John, chapter 3, verse 8. He that committed sin is of the devil.
No matter how little it is. What did he call him?
Is of the devil.
Read it from the beginning.
He that committed sin is of the devil.
Y'all don't understand, man, what it's like to be in some of our shoes. You got everybody looking for you. You know how Israel is. Yeah, that nigga gonna make a mistake soon. I got him. We got 90 videos up already. He ain't even made the mistake. Read on.
For the devil sinned from the beginning. For this purpose the Son of God was manifested, that he might destroy the works of the devil. Whosoever is born of God.
Hold up. Whosoever what?
Whosoever is born of God.
Whosoever is born again, man. Read.
Doth not commit sin.
So when you come into the truth, you should not go back to sin. If you sinning, I don't care what it is. Let me tell you something. You're going to cost your child. You're going to cost somebody in your family their life. I'm just telling you what it is. I don't want to hear that, man. Read on.
For his seed remaineth in him, and he cannot sin, because he is born of God.
He's born again of God. Read on.
In this, the children of God.
The children of who?
The children of God.
The Israelites, read.
Are manifest.
Read on.
And the children of the devil.
So we got some of them in this truth. Y'all don't be believing me, do you? Y'all thinking everybody, they in the truth, they good. Shalom. Come on, man. Read.
Whosoever doeth not righteousness.
So when people are not doing righteousness, get that in Deuteronomy 6 and 25. Let's see. So they'll know what righteousness is. I want you to know what righteousness is.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 6 and verse 25. And it shall be our righteousness.
Read on.
If we observe to do all these commandments before the Lord our God, as he hath commanded us.
As he has commanded us. Jump back to First John 3 and 10.
The book of 1 John, chapter 3 and verse 10. In this the children of God are manifest.
Read on.
And the children of the devil, whosoever doeth not righteousness.
So we're thinking somebody calling this, it's talking about Israel. Read.
Is not of God.
Is not of God. Read.
Neither he that loveth not his brother.
And he that loveth not his brother or sister. Read on.
For this is the message that ye heard from the beginning.
Read on.
That we should love one another.
That's what it's all about, man. Loving one another as a nation. It's hard for people to do that because they still got that Christianity state in their mind. They still thinking what they learned in them churches, they should hold on to some of it. You got to be reborn again, man. And when you, not like Nicodemus said, I'm going to crawl back in the belly. No, you got to get everything out of your mind that you've been taught here. Some people don't want to do that. On that note, shalom.
Shalom.